Hey guys, I'm Larry Casilla from Ammo NYC here with Capital One Auto Navigator to talk about the step-by-step process for properly cleaning and maintaining the leather in your car. The most common mistake I see when cleaning the interior is using a degreaser for everything on the interior. There are times when you should use it, but most of the time you don't necessarily need to use it. So when do you use it? Use a degreaser when you have a high area or high traffic area that has a lot of hand grease. So sometimes these areas here, the door handle, and of course the steering wheel is going to have oils from our hands. So when we're using degreasers, we're using a high pH. That high pH is designed to remove oils, but we don't necessarily want to use that on the rest of the interior. Why? Because leather needs to have this moisture in it to make sure that it doesn't become brittle or dry over time. So in our last step, we're going to be moisturizing it with mousse. We're going to make sure that it's soft and supple. But in this case, most people use degreaser everywhere, so be cautious about that. In this case, because it's so terrible, we are going to bump up to a degreaser, let it sit for about a minute or two here. All right, I wipe it in, and then I'll go and do the same thing with the lather. And you can see immediately it's already removing the hand grease and the oils. And that's a great thing. So I'll leave this right about there. The difference here is once I wipe this off, you can see a huge before and after. Now, most people would say like, oh, this is great, this is wonderful, it looks fantastic. The problem with this is we've left this in a high pH state. So over time, it's gonna start to chew and eat away at the integrity of the leather. So then we have to go back in with a balanced product, spray it, and now you're just gonna wipe off the cleaner that you just used to clean the grease. So it's a little bit of a thought process here, but the way that it works is for the integrity, the longevity of the material, you have to return it to a neutral state. So again, this area here is clearly hand grease just because somebody's touched it. To fight through that hand grease, you're gonna use a high pH. But when you're done with the high pH, you have to bring it back to neutral again. That's the secret to making sure that leather doesn't go bad. So look at this quickly, look at that. Boom, 2 seconds, it removes. So that's what all-purpose cleaner is designed to do. All the fingerprints here, no problem. But if we were using this on a regular basis, you're gonna dry out the leather. And so we don't wanna use that, and only in specific cases. So this is a very aggressive method to clean, but the before and after is night and day. So now that it's all clean, I'm gonna quickly go back and use a cleaner that's more neutral, just to clean the cleaner that was on there before. That's kind of the secret when you're doing really, really bad interiors. But having said all of that, if you just weekly wipe down your leather with a pH balanced leather cleaner, you won't have to get into these sticky situations right here. But as you can tell, the oils are now gone, looks 1,000 times better, and it's returned back to a pH neutral state.